Prosecutor Worthy notoriously tight-lipped about cases, especially the high-profile ones. And when we asked about arguably the biggest case of the year, the murder of Jewish leader Samantha Wohl, the prosecutor surprised us where she took this interview. What was that like with that international attention, all eyes on this investigation? I know that you've dealt with it before, but this time around, what was that like?
I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about that or Dr. Hoover and some of the other cases that have gained a lot of attention. But the one comment I will make, and very hard work has been done and is being done on these cases, extremely hard work and focus. I just hope when we go into this new year that with the attention on those two cases, that people will tend to focus on other cases they don't focus on.
Samantha Wohl, a Jewish woman and synagogue leader, murdered at her Detroit home back in October. Charges in that case. And months earlier, in April, Dr. Devon Hoover, a neurosurgeon, killed at his home in the Boston Edison Historic District. Still no arrests made. Immense international pressure and attention on investigators and the Wayne County Prosecutor Kym Worthy.
There seems to be a dichotomy. If you're white and you're killed, a lot of attention is brought to the case, and I'm happy that attention is being brought to our cases. I'm not complaining about that at all. But I'm also hoping that when that young black child gets killed, or that black woman gets killed, or that black man gets killed, just as much focus is placed on the value of their life as well.
Over the years, for more than a decade, you've been very outspoken about staffing levels in your office. At this point, where does all of that stand?
We do over 60% of all of the criminal cases in the entire state. So if you stack up Wayne County versus the other 82 counties, we do more than them together. We have staffing levels that were just far too low. We were the lowest staffed office per prosecutor per case in the country by far. And that's been that way for a long time. Everybody's always been used to us making do with what we have, and we shouldn't have to do that when it comes to justice.
Some resolve in 2023 there. Worthy says they're now able to offer competitive salaries to lure more lawyers to handle the caseload.
It matters because I'm sure if something happened to you or one of your loved ones, you would want a prosecutor's office, and certainly a prosecutor that's committed, that has full resources to do your case, that's able to keep in touch with you at every bend and turn through their victim advocacy, that your case is done the proper way the first time.
The saying is, the wheels of justice turn slowly, and it's not lost on Worthy.
I have been personally criticized for years because, it takes too long. You want a perfect case. No, we want a case that's going to would be able to prove beyond a reasonable doubt in court, in a court of law properly. So we just always try to stay laser focused in doing the right thing, and don't let the outside noise pressure us into doing what people want us to do, but what we can prove.
Once a judge, prosecutor since 2004, she says the amount of evidence they have to go through now with security cameras, body cameras, social media, and so on takes time.
So what took a short period of time, relatively years ago, takes double, triple that amount of time because we have so much more to review. It's not unusual to have a homicide case where we're looking at hours and hours and hours of tape before we can even get to the meat of what we have to do.
Your name has really become synonymous with that backlog of rape kits found back in 2009 in that abandoned DPD warehouse. Coming up in 2024, that'll be 15 years.
We now have, I believe it's close to 250 convictions, 250 plus rapists that are no longer on the street because of this project and because of the care and attention that we have taken toward our victims and all of the collaborative team that we have.
More than 11,000 untested rape kits completed, and the prosecutions continue.
We have identified over 800 serial rapists just within one city, in one department, one county, one state. Our kits, when they were tested, have tentacles in 39 other states across the country. So there are only 10 states in the United States of America that weren't touched by the rape kits that were found in Detroit in 2009.
What an undertaking. Now, moving into this year with those new gun laws going into effect, specifically the safe storage laws. She was a huge champion of that. Her office, the first in the state to charge parents when kids get a hold of unsecured guns. This new law will allow another felony charge to be added in those cases.